morning and happy Thanksgiving. It's Monday, October 14th. Here's what we're working on this morning. The OPP still trying to figure out what caused a deadly crash between a pickup truck and a bus in Welland.
Hamilton's Good Shepherd is busy preparing its kitchen this morning for the annual free Thanksgiving dinner today.
And a 12-year-old girl is set to complete her goal of walking 100K this morning, raising money for children in need. We're all wearing our sweaters today because it's chilly out.
Yeah, the shoulders are up this morning there, Brian.
Yeah.
Well, they're up, and hopefully the umbrella is up too.
Yes.
The umbrella was definitely up this morning. Oh, yeah. We've got the rain coming down, but it's going to end. But we also have a north wind, and that's what's making it really chilly.
Yes, it's damp and cold.
Damp and cold, yeah. 5 degrees is our temperature right now. But actually, that's still above seasonal for this time of year.
Okay.
Seasonal's now 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will see some sun today. Now, we do have that rain. It's been continuing. We got 10 millimeters yesterday, continued overnight. It'll continue for part of the morning, and then it's going to taper off, and we'll start to see some clearing. So, some sun, some clouds later on today, but a 10-degree high. Which is, again, a little shy of seasonal for this time of year, but that wind is going to feel fairly chilly for the day today, so we'll see some sun. We don't have any right now. Temperature, as I said, sitting at 5. So, looking at traffic here this morning, 403 and Waterdown Roads, pretty light volume. A lot of people off today for Thanksgiving Monday, so nothing to see right there. MTO traffic cameras, Ministry of Transportation, Ontario, nothing to see at Centennial Parkway. Flip ahead to the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. You can just see the wet roads that we have this morning, but there's no volume, there are no collisions, nothing like that. Keep in mind, we do have a traffic hazard this morning. John Street closed in the Barton area because of some problems there with trees down and wires. We'll have details on that coming up. Yes, details, weather, and traffic in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, the OPP are trying to figure out what caused a deadly crash in Welland involving a Niagara transit bus and a pickup truck. Around 10:30 Saturday night, police say the truck collided head-on with the bus and burst into flames. All 3 people in the pickup were killed. This happened on Highway 58 in Welland between Kleiner Street and Forks Road. The bus driver was lifted to hospital, and 2 of the passengers on the bus were taken to hospital with serious injuries. The names of those killed have not been released.
There is a bail hearing tomorrow for a driver involved in that deadly crash on Hamilton's Lincoln Alexander Parkway on Friday afternoon. An SUV with 3 people inside crashed with another vehicle and rolled near the upper gauge overpass. Now, all 3 people were taken to hospital. One of them, a 15-year-old boy, died a short time later. An 18-year-old from Hamilton has been charged with dangerous driving causing bodily harm and death. Witnesses told police 2 or 3 vehicles. They were racing eastbound on the link when 2 of the vehicles collided. Police continue to look for the other vehicle or vehicles. A GoFundMe has been started for the family of the 15-year-old who was killed. It identifies him as Jaden Ezra Durand Russell.
And Hamilton police continue to search for a vehicle involved in a hit and run. Just before 6 yesterday morning, a pedestrian was found near the base of the Queen Street Hill at Queen Street and Aberdeen Avenue. The person was taken to hospital in critical condition with head injuries. Police are asking anyone in that area at the time with dash cam or surveillance video to contact them.
Hamilton police have closed John Street between Cannon and Barton this morning due to a traffic hazard. Our very own Sean Cowan is reporting that trees and wires, they are down and the power is out in the area. Crews are continuing to work and roads are expected to reopen between now and 7 o'clock this morning.
Hamilton's Good Shepherd is getting ready to host a very large Thanksgiving dinner this afternoon. The organization is offering free meals to over 600 people in Hamilton struggling to put food on their table. Sean Cowan joins us now with more on the preps at the Good Shepherd Center on Mary Street in Hamilton. Good morning.
Good morning, Annette. Well, preparations for today's meal actually started about a week ago because they are expecting over 600 people. I got a sneak peek inside of the fridge right here, and this is where they're keeping most of the meal right now. All the turkeys are inside there, already chopped up, but really most of the preparations will begin probably sometime this morning, right? Chef Greg is kind of in charge of the day.
Yeah, hi there. We'll have about 7 or 8 people in here in a couple of hours, and we'll be starting to get everything ready and prepped for today, not only to serve the people in our shelter and in our homes, but for the big community meal this afternoon for the turkey dinner.
And this is really something that's open to anybody in the community, right?
Absolutely. Anybody that is hungry or wants a nice turkey dinner, they can come to the side door here at Mary Street and grab a nice meal, and it's handed out takeout style. They can share it with their family or take it home and enjoy a nice meal for Thanksgiving.
Let's talk about the meal. What's going to be cooked up today?
So we're doing the full turkey dinner. We'll have turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and gravy. We're going to do beans and carrots. We also offer that with cranberry sauce. We have a nice slice of pecan pie. We have a little container of coleslaw. They'll get a piece of fresh fruit as well as a bottle of water and a juice box.
And you said this is open up to anybody in the community. I know I've been here over the past number of years talking with some of the people. What does this mean for somebody to have a nice home-cooked meal on Thanksgiving?
Well, I mean, the food is comfort. You know, food is home to a lot of people. So one of the mission statements of Good Shepherd is hospitality, and part of that is feeding people's souls as well as their bodies. But, you know, here we're trying to make sure that they get a nice meal and it gives them all the comforts of home wherever they are and wherever they're coming at us from today. So.
Thank you very much, Chef Greg. So I heard that people will begin probably to line up around 1 o'clock today, and then handing out starts at 3 o'clock, you were saying?
That's right, yeah, 3 o'clock we open the doors. We go from 3 till 4:30, and everybody that comes will have a great turkey dinner.
All right, thank you very much. You probably have a very busy morning, so maybe I'll let you get started with the preps, and I will check back in about 30 minutes. But for now, Annette, I will send it back inside to you.
Okay, expect to see you peeling potatoes later, Sean. Thanks very much. Well, on this Thanksgiving Monday, all banks and government offices are closed, so are grocery stores, the beer store, and LCBO outlets, along with most malls. Garbage and recycling pickup in Hamilton and Halton pushed back one day all week. No changes to curbside collection in Niagara. Public transit is on a Sunday or holiday skid. A Toronto girl is expected to continue her 100-kilometer walk this morning, raising money for other children in need. After being featured on CHCH News this weekend, 12-year-old Evangeline Leake got a huge boost in donations. She set out to raise $15,000 for Covenant House in Toronto and got a generous donation from someone who saw the story. He used to be a resident there and said, "I'm proof they help." Evangeline started her walk at her grandparents' home in Bimbrook. She's going to finish up at her family's house in Toronto. This is her 3rd year doing the walk, inspired by her grade 5 teacher.
My teacher, Miss Newman, she did the bike ride to conquer cancer, and she came back and she told us her story. It sounded really cool, but I wasn't much of a biker, so I decided I wanted to walk.
And she has 16.5 kilometers to go in her walk today. All of the money from EvangelineWalks.ca goes to Covenant House Toronto, helping youth who are homeless or at risk.
Oh, wonderful feel-good story on this holiday Monday. Good stuff. Let's get into Sportsline now. And we are down to the Final Four in baseball, with 3 of them having the biggest payrolls in the league. That would be the Yankees, Dodgers, and Mets, with those upstart Mets trying to keep their run going in L.A. last night.
Home at a 1-0. Right center field, carrying well off the wall. Edman hits third and comes home. Ohtani's into second. Throw to the plate is not in time. It's a screamer of a...
But Shohei Ohtani and his Dodgers, they are a well-oiled machine right now after eliminating their rivals from San Diego. Ohtani drove in a run, scored a couple of his own in a dominating opening game for LA as they would shut out the Mets in Game 1 of the NLCS. In the process, they tie a postseason mark of 33 straight scoreless innings dating back to the NLDS. Jack Flaherty allowed only 2 hits over 7 innings. Dodgers win this one 9-0 to open things up. Game 2 this afternoon with the Yankees hosting Cleveland to kick things off in the ALCS tonight. Let's hit the ice. In the early season favorite for many to win the Stanley Cup is having a tough start to the year. The Oilers who were only a game away from winning the Cup last year, are now winless through 3 games. The first battle of Alberta, that went to Calgary. They would score 3 times in the third to break things open, and they stay perfect after 3 games. Others are now 0-3 with Connor McDavid only having 2 assists in the year.
Oh, here's a little trickery. St. Brown back to Goff. Flea flickers, got Laporta wide open. Sam Laporta, foot race towards the end zone, diving, touchdown.
Unreal.
To the NFL, with the Dallas Cowboys up and down season that continues. They suffered their worst loss in the Jerry Jones era as they were manhandled by the Lions from Jerry's world. Detroit's Jared Goff would toss 3 touchdown passes, including some trickery as you saw off the top there. The Lions blow out the Cowboys 47-9, so they move to 4-1. Dallas falls to 3-3. Some bad news though for Detroit, as they would lose their best defensive player, Aiden Hutchinson, out indefinitely after breaking his leg in a play during the third quarter. Yeah, not good there. Locally, no Bills yesterday. They are in New York to face the to face the Jets tonight.
Williams cut off by Ionescu. Williams loses it into the backcourt. Thiebish has it. 3-on-1. Thiebish a 3. You bet.
Well, let's go to New York with the Liberty trying to even the WNBA Finals against the Minnesota Lynx, who had that epic comeback in Game 1. Well, no comeback in this one. It's the best team in the regular season, the Liberty. They topple the Lynx in Game number 2, 80-66, to even the best of 5 series at a game apiece. The series shifts to Minnesota on Wednesday. And let's finish with some more basketball, because the Basketball Hall of Fame inductions took place last night with Vince Carter headlining the field, entering the Hall after a 22-year career in the NBA, where he played for 8 teams and scored more than 25,000 points. It was the early days when he burst onto the scene as a member of the Raptors, putting the new franchise in the country on the basketball map with his high-flying style, and that is how he wants to be remembered.
Thank you for that opportunity for 6 years. It all started there. I had some memorable moments with that organization, which created Vinsanity, which is why, without a doubt, I'm going to the Hall of Fame as a Raptor.
Yeah, feelings towards Carter, they've eased somewhat over the years about him quitting on the team and demanding a trade. The announcement of his number being retired by the Raptors in November, well, that's faced polarized opinions, including from myself, but good to see Vince being the first player entering the Hall as a Raptor.
All right, it's 6:12. It's Thanksgiving Monday morning, the 14th of October. We've had some light rain. It is tapering off now. The roads are wet, but there's not a lot going on the roads this morning. Here's the 403 Waterdown Road. That's our exclusive camera. It's doing fine in both directions. Nothing to see right there. Let's go to a few Ministry of Transportation Ontario traffic cameras. Into St. Catharines at the QEW. Niagara looks good. Centennial Parkway. Notice I'm just flipping through some of these cameras. Not a lot to see all the way through the Ford plant, even into Mississauga at Etobicoke Creek. It's just light volume, no collisions. Keep in mind the problem in town Hamilton. It's on John Street between Cannon and Barton Street, I do believe. We have some problems there that should be cleared up hopefully soon. Check our temperature at the moment. We're looking at 5 degrees right now, so that's just a degree above seasonal. We did have some light rain a while ago. It's tapering off right now, so it is fairly cloudy. Bit of a north breeze, north 23, and that's a cold wind this time of year. So it's a chilly start to the day. There's the precipitation that we've had over the past 6 hours. Notice how it's just inched into the Niagara Peninsula, into Hamilton. Most of it is to the south of us. It's a trough of low pressure. You can tell by that broken line diving to the south of us. So the precipitation is going to end, and then we'll see a mix of sun and clouds for the day today. And again tomorrow, instability. Another trough goes by us, and that could bring us a shower as well. So today, temperatures climbing to 10 degrees. So we'll see that shower activity coming to an end this morning, and then we're going to see some sunshine for later on. Tonight's going to be chilly. 4 for Niagara, not bad there. Risk of frost in other areas. Hamilton, Simcoe, Cayuga, Brantford, even possibly into Halton, Peel, Toronto, where the temperature will be 3. And then tomorrow, 10 degrees for Niagara, but 9 this end of the lake. There's that chance of a shower later in the afternoon. Otherwise, we'll have a mainly cloudy sky to a fairly cloudy sky tomorrow. So out the door this morning, we are looking at cloudy conditions. It is cool. Temperature right now sitting at 5, but at least the showers, the rain is tapering off at the moment. And we'll check the long-range forecast for you coming up on that 10.
Okay, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic. She's got a preview of what's coming up in Chit Chat. And in business news, economists expect the Bank of Canada to keep lowering its interest rate. We'll tell you why coming up. 17 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic.
Good morning. Hey. Coming up in Chit Chat, just when we thought sitcoms were over, Reba McEntire is coming back with a brand new one all about family values. Typical Reba McEntire style. A country singer actually has to leave stage in an emergency because somebody was having a baby backstage. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
And the Game of Thrones, something really massive but fake, was auctioned off for a lot of money.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend.
Awesome. Okay, we'll talk
Not
about
long,
that too.
but
No.
Well, glad you're,
but we're here.
Yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're here at home too. Let's get into some business news on this holiday Monday, shall we?
Canadian dollar in overseas trading is down 15 basis points to 72.5 cents U.S. Gold is up almost $1, and crude oil is down more than $1 at $74.49 a barrel. In midday trading in Europe, markets are down in London, up in Frankfurt, down in Paris.
Okay, to Asia we go. Markets are up in Tokyo, down in Hong Kong, some slight gains in Shanghai. So North American markets, these figures are back on Friday because the Canadian markets are going to be closed today for Thanksgiving. Full trading week for Wall Street, despite the Columbus Day holiday down there as well. But some nice gains the end of last week, specifically for the Dow Jones, up 409 basis points.
Well, economists expect that inflation in Canada dipped below 2% in September. The latest official numbers are going to be out tomorrow. A BMO economist expects inflation cooled to 1.8% in September, largely due to a drop in gas prices because of the switch to less expensive winter gas. Gas prices, though, have increased a bit this month.
I have a recall for you. Canada-wide recall, actually, has been issued for a pasta sauce due to possible listeria contamination. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency, they advise consumers not to use or serve Reina brand tagliatelle seasoned white chicken and mushroom sauce sold in 1.14 kilogram packages. The affected products have best before dates of up to and including November the 16th. The agency warns that food contaminated with listeria may not look or smell spoiled, but it can still make you sick.
The Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission has approved an extension to keep the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station running until the end of next year. Ontario Power Generation had previously allowed to operate units 5 to 8 at its Pickering plant until the end of this year. Energy Minister Stephen Lecce says this is welcome news for the 4,500 workers there. OPG plans to refurbish the Pickering plant to extend its life several decades to meet the increasing demand for electricity.
Boeing is cutting its workforce by a tenth, cutting about 17,000 jobs in the coming months. The giant aircraft maker, well, they've been losing money for more than 5 years now and is now facing a strike that has shut down factories in the Seattle area. Their new CEO announced in a memo to staff that the job cuts will affect executives, managers, and employees when the company has been issuing rolling temporary furloughs. It will end this practice due to the impending layoffs.
The company behind ChatGPT, OpenAI, is facing a lot of questions about its nonprofit structure because its value is now up to $157 billion US. Nonprofit tax experts have been very closely watching the company since last November when its board fired and then rehired the CEO Sam Altman. OpenAI is organized as a nonprofit. Its mission is to develop artificial intelligence. It later added some for-profit subsidiaries under the nonprofit's control, and experts now believe that OpenAI may have reached or exceeded the limits of how nonprofits and for-profits are allowed to interact.
All right, let's look at business news on this holiday Monday. How was your weekend?
It was nice and quiet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a pretty good weekend to me. It is still the weekend for so many, so a bit of a slower start on this holiday Monday. What can we expect from the forecast today and throughout the week? Well, Brian's back with that right after this.
Good morning, 6:24 on this Thanksgiving Monday morning. Looking at traffic briefly because there's nothing going on except wet roads. Here's the QEW Ontario Street, St. Catharines, top of the Burlington Skyway still looks good. No problems east of Appleby as you transition from Burlington to Oakville. Lorne Park through Mississauga will dip into the 403-407 split. Nothing going on there. Actually, the roads aren't too wet there. A little further toward the east, not getting the precipitation. Oh, and in town Hamilton, John Street closed between Cannon and Barton because of some problems with a downed tree there. All right, to our temperatures that we have. Hamilton sitting at 5 degrees, degree above seasonal, so we'll take it. 6 Grimsby and Mississauga, 7 for Toronto. As I mentioned, seasonals. Now we're 4 for the overnight low and 14 for the daytime high. We didn't get there yesterday. We got to 10 degrees yesterday, and we'll get to 10 degrees today. Those are our sun times and our records for today. Now that shower activity you're seeing there, that is this morning, and it should come to an end as the morning goes on, and then we'll see a mix of sun and clouds for Thanksgiving. As I said, 10 degrees, +1 tonight. There is risk of frost tonight, and then tomorrow, 9 degrees, chance of a shower in the afternoon, and then we get some sunshine back, and that's going to help our temperatures. 10 degrees Wednesday, 16 and 14 for Thursday and Friday. How's the next October weekend coming? 17 and 16. And we should have the sunshine. That's your forecast. Annette, Tim.
Turkey's still dancing too,
Yep.
so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Monday's still dancing.
Maybe just dancing right out of the kitchen.
All right, yeah. If you're a fan of Crocs, you can soon pick up a pair for your dog.
Wouldn't that be 2 pairs?
I'd say.
Yeah, the footwear company is introducing Pet Crocs later this month. It's a partnership with the pet supply company and subscription service Bark. It's part of the annual Croctober campaign, which includes the release of a fan-inspired product. So starting on the 23rd of this month, Pet Crocs will be available for a limited time in 2 colors. You can get either the green slime or the pink dragon fruit. And matching classic lined clogs for humans will be available the same day.
I can't keep up the trend with Crocs because for a while there they weren't cool, but now they're back in again. There is a saying: if you ain't rocking, you ain't rocking. If you ain't crocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a pair?
I do have a pair, but I only wear it. It's in the snowmobile bin because we wear it when we go snowmobiling afterwards, right?
Which hasn't really happened much the past couple of years.
So I haven't worn those Crocs, and they're not even Crocs, like they're knockoff Crocs.
Knockoff Crocs.
They're fur-lined, and I'm embarrassed to say how comfortable they are. I love them. You should bring them out of the bin.
I don't know. Yeah, I got a pair. I wear them all the time.
Comfy.
All right. Hope you're doing okay on this holiday Monday. Glad you're with us. Lots more to come if you're just rising, because there's nowhere to go. Maybe you're up cooking the turkey, putting it in already. Who knows? We'll see you in a couple minutes.